going on, guys? My name is Eddie Martinez, and this is the first episode of Top After Hours. Stay tuned, and I'm going to share with you some information about what this podcast is really all about, and really what to look forward to. Yeah, so as I said, this is the first episode of Top After Hours, and what I want to do is I want to share with you some information about what this podcast is going to be all about, what to look forward to, how often you're going to be able to see it on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. And really, the whole idea of this first episode is to kind of just give you an idea of what I have in mind and what I'm ready to kind of put out there, and kind of give you an idea of what to look forward to every Sunday evening with Top After Hours. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna just go ahead and just make sure that that we're live. Currently we're live on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. And so if you're watching, thank you so much. Now, please, if you're watching, go ahead and share and like this video. I wanna go ahead and just start with a brief history of who I am and what has gotten me to this point, right? Because there's been a lot of work that has happened to kind of get me to this point to where I'm at now. And so I want to make sure I share that before I talk to you about the new podcast that I'm going to be starting here. So again, as you guys know, my journey kind of started, the community started about 8 years ago when I quit my job to kind of go on a journey of discovering who I am and really what my purpose was. And through that journey, I did a lot of work in the community here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I also kind of learned a lot about myself and a lot about the things that I liked and what I really wanted to do. And all those things kind of led me into podcasting, right? And that's a whole story, maybe for another day. But just the journey itself took me into podcasting. And my main focus at the time was to go ahead and highlight, just people and organizations and businesses that were doing good things, right? Because the way I looked at it then, and I still look at it today, is that there really is way too much negativity kind of like out there, right? On social media, just in the street, everywhere. All you see is negativity. You see the bad things that are happening, the bad news, the things that are less than fortunate happening in our communities. And what I wanted to do from day one was to share those stories and those people that were doing great things, because I thought that perhaps I could, I would be able to, in a way, help change the perspective of what Bridgeport is and what Connecticut is as a whole, right? Because I think that there's a lot more good people than there are bad people, and there's a lot of more good things happening than there are bad things happening. But unfortunately, what happens is, the bad news is what really most of the time is what sells, right? And so because bad news is what sells, that's what gets put out there the most, right? And that's what people share the most, because for some reason it's almost like we're attracted to that stuff, right? And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to change that, and I was able to do that. I was able to do that with a few podcasts that I was working on at the time. I had the Latin Soundtrack, I had the Tranzcendent podcast, Entrepreneurs of Connecticut, and a couple of other series that I was working on, where I was just inviting guests to come in and talk about their stories and showing that there's a lot of good people here doing great things, and hoping that, by inviting these folks in to talk and by sharing their stories, I would be able to, inspire other people from here to see, hey, look, like he's from where I'm from, she's where I'm from. If they can, do great things, so can I, right? Not only that, but to also show that, hey, there's a lot of good things happening here in Bridgeport and Fairfield County and in New Haven County and in Connecticut, right? And so that was kind of the idea originally, and it's still there. Now, what ended up happening was that as I was doing, just different types of series, I was finding that it was great to work and interview people one-on-one and whatnot, and I'm still going to continue to do that. But I wanted to kind of double down on the idea of being able to have programming that could really share the good things that are happening in Connecticut, the good people, the daily heroes, just the good things that are happening. And that's where the idea of Top After Hours kind of came in, right? So TOP stands for the Tranzcendent Outlook Podcast, which is still happening, right? the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast is my interview podcast that I've done since 2017, and that will be restarting really soon here, where I get to interview one-on-one, great folks that are either doing great things in their lives or just in the lives of others through their business, through organizations, and through other avenues, right? And that's that. But with Top After Hours, what I wanted to do was that I wanted to bring forward just a different concept, and that concept is a concept of sharing again, sharing the good things that are happening, right? Talking about those organizations, talking about those businesses, talking about those great heroes, those great people in our communities that are doing great things, and that's what this podcast is about. And so what I want to do with this first episode is I want to share a little bit about what the idea is with the podcast, and hope that is something that you'll be interested in and something that you would want to watch. If you're watching on Facebook currently, I would encourage you to please go over to youtube.com/Eddie Tranzcendent and subscribe there, right? Because being able to watch the videos there will give you the ability to be able to kind of watch those videos on demand, right? Because they're all there, easier to find than on Facebook. And also what I'm going to be doing is that this will be live on Sundays, but I'll be editing them and putting them on YouTube, nice and fixed up and in a more ready state, as opposed to something live that may be kind of off the cuff, right? And so I want to invite you to please, if you haven't done so already, please head over to youtube.com/Eddie Tranzcendent and subscribe there. All right, so that's a little history of who I am and what kind of got me to this point. What I want to do now is that I want to talk a little bit about the new podcast, Top After Hours, and kind of explain to you a little bit about what it's about, just to kind of hopefully spike your interest and show you kind of what I have in mind for this podcast. Just keep in mind that I have been and I still am a one-man show, right? And so what that means is I'm going to keep looking down at my laptop, making sure that I'm making helping. Making sure everything's kind of running correctly and whatnot on my end. So if you see me looking down and whatnot, just kind of try to ignore it. We're gonna get to it. But of course, after we'll look down and make sure that things are going well. And so that's what I'll be doing on here. Now, the idea again of Top After Hours is pretty much just to be able to showcase a regional platform that's going to spotlight and amplify positive people, leaders, businesses, organizations, and events weekly, right? And so the idea is that weekly I'm going to come up here and I'm going to share stories of positive people, great leaders, businesses, and events that are happening, and not only in Bridgeport but in Fairfield County and New Haven County as a whole, right? So the idea is to be able to not only share that information with folks that know me and folks that are nearby, but even people who are not from around here, to see that there really are a lot of great things happening here in Connecticut, and that yes, of course, bad things happen everywhere, but that's not all that happens here. And so hopefully we can change that perspective. Hopefully, by you guys tuning in, by you guys sharing, we'll be able to kind of change the perspective of what we think of when we think about Bridgeport, when we think about Fairfield County, when we think about New Haven County as a whole, right? And I'm bringing in New Haven County into this because I have a new studio that I'm going to be showing really soon, and that studio is in New Haven County, right? It's in Milford, Connecticut, and so I want to be able to show that there really is a lot of great things happening. Again, Bridgeport and Fairfield County, New Haven County, and so that's the idea behind the podcast itself. Now, the reason why I decided again to create this podcast was because I wanted to share something, share information, and put together a program that will be able to combat online negativity and the discouraging perspective about Bridgeport and both Fairfield and New Haven County, right? And so again, the idea being that by sharing this information, we'll be able to at least start to fight against all the negativity that we're seeing and all the bad press that we're seeing about everything that's happening. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and act like bad things are not happening, right? And I'm not trying to kind of overshadow or to act like those bad things aren't happening, right? Or like I don't care about the bad things or about the people going through bad times, because I get it. We're all going through bad times. But what I want to do is I want to be able to with this podcast to to shine a spotlight on the good things that are happening too, to not only show people who are not from here and the people who are here, but that there are good things happening, but to also hopefully encourage and inspire people to keep moving forward and to keep living their lives on purpose and to continue to have joy, because there really are a lot of great things happening, and those great things happening don't have to only be happening to the people who I'll be talking about. It could be happening to you too. We just have to keep a positive mindset, and I know how hard that could be with social media and with the things that we're seeing on a regular basis. And so that's kind of the mission behind Top After Hours here. By the way, if you're watching and you have any questions or any concerns or any comments, I will be looking at those towards the end of this particular podcast here, and so stay tuned to the end so we could I will answer some of your questions if you have some questions about what I'm talking about. The new podcast is going to be broken down into segments, and those segments are gonna kind of focus on different things within our community to again help us see positivity from different angles, right? I don't want to just talk about nonprofits. I don't want to just talk about businesses. I don't want to just talk about people or leaders or youth. I want to talk about everything, right? And so the idea is that every episode will be, between half an hour, 45 minutes long, maybe. And within those episodes, I want to be able to talk about these different things, right? I want to be able to have segments that are talking about different things. And those topics I'll be talking about are going to be topics that I'm going to be researching, but also that you can help me with. And so I do want to remind you, and I do want to tell you that if there are things that you think that I should share, please don't hesitate to reach out to me through Facebook, through YouTube, through my email, eddie@transcendentoutlook.com, and share some of the stories with me, and I'll be more than happy to share the stories, forward through this podcast. Some of the segments that are going to be part of the podcast are as follows, right? Our local news, right? And so what I want to do is I want to share local good news. What does that mean? That means that I want to highlight, with each episode, I want to highlight 1 to 3 positive stories from the region, right? From Bridgeport, from Fairfield County. I want to have 1 to 3 stories to share every episode. I also want to have I'm also going to have a community spotlight. That community spotlight is going to highlight one person, business, or organization doing good work. And so with that, we're talking about, small businesses, a nonprofit, maybe a volunteer leader who's doing great things, maybe the teacher or coach or mentor. But I want to be able to highlight, to spotlight, these things within the community. Because again, there really is a lot of great things happening. We just have to take the time to share them and to really take it in and understand that beyond all the negativity we see, there's really a lot of good things happening. And with this podcast, we will be sharing them. Another segment within the podcast is going to be the hidden gem segment. And so the hidden gem will be a segment where I'm going to spotlight a local business or a place that people may not know about, right? Often there's little, what they call hole in the walls, right? Little spots within our communities that people just don't know about, right? And they're great. It might be a coffee shop, it might be a small bookstore, maybe it's a family business or a community space that folks just don't know, right? And for whatever reason, they don't know about it, and so the connection is not there. The connection the connection between that particular hidden gem and the community is just not there. And so what I want to do is through this podcast, I want to share those hidden gems. And so every episode I'll be sharing a hidden gem. And so if there's a hidden gem in Bridgeport and Fairfield County, Stratford, Fairfield, in New Haven County, if there's hidden gems that you know about that you want me to talk about, please make sure that you send those my way, and I will definitely share those. Another segment that will be covered within a podcast is the community shout out. So the community shout out is pretty much just I'm gonna shout out maybe a neighbor who is always willing to help. Again, a small business owner, perhaps there's a nonprofit doing good work. I want to just take 2 to 4 minutes out of every episode and just give a shout out to the people, because again, there's really great people doing great things, and they're not getting, not that they want the recognition, but I feel like the recognition is so important, so good, because it shows that there really are a lot of good people, right? And so that's going to be another segment, and that specifically that segment, the community shout out, that's one where I really want the listeners, or people who are watching this to submit their nomination, right? Like let me know, hey, look, like this guy, and he's just doing really great work, or hey, my neighbor, whatever it may be. I want to be able to show that there's a lot of good people there. Again, there's more good people out there than there are bad people. I really believe that, and I really want, with your help, I really want to be able to share that information. So please, reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, DM me, send me an email at eddie@tranzcendentoutlook.com, and just let me know, right? So some of the other segments that I'll be touching on are young change makers, which is going to highlight teens, students, youth volunteers, and youth-run nonprofits that are doing good. Throwback Connecticut, where I want to be able to highlight some cool historical stories from cities and towns right in Connecticut. I want to share a 5-minute kindness story, which again, is a heartwarming story from the community. Again, these are all segments that I'm going to be sharing within the podcast. I want to talk about the people behind small businesses, where I'm going to focus on entrepreneurship, and those entrepreneurs are behind the business, right? Because a lot of times we see the business, right? We see XYZ business or XYZ startup doing well, but we don't know who the person is. And a lot of times, knowing who that person is and understanding their journey is where could really draw us to that particular business. And so that's another segment. And so those are just some of the segments that I'm going to be touching up on these episodes. Of course, the episodes are going to be 30 to 45 minutes long, and so I'm not going to be talking about all these things on every one, but I will be I will be doing my best to talk about as much as I can, because I think that it needs to be put out there. And let me not forget that a segment that I will touch on every single week will be the upcoming events. And the idea is going to be to share 3 to 5 upcoming events in our community, because especially now with the spring is here, the summer's coming, and there's so many different events that are happening. And we a lot of times, I come from the nonprofit world. It always helps to have people share these events, because these nonprofits are putting these events together to be able to in a way, one of the things is to be able to fundraise, right? And so the more people know about it, the more people can support these events. And so I will be sharing 2 to 3 or 3 to 5 events every episode. So again, I'll throw it to you guys. If you know of events, if there's something you want me to talk about, that you want me to share, if you want to come on, if you're watching and you're like, what, I love what you're doing, Eddie. I have an event coming up and I would love to talk about it for 2-3 minutes. I would love to bring you up here. I'll invite you up. You come up here virtually and we can talk about the event. The idea being that we want to make sure that folks know about the things that are happening in our community, because again, there's a lot of great things happening that we're just not talking about enough, and we're not sharing about enough. And I want to help be the change that we need to be able to show that there's a lot of great things happening. In terms of what you all can expect with what do you call it, with this podcast, you could expect a weekly podcast that's gonna share, again, just highlight great people, organizations, businesses doing great things, events happening. That's what you can expect. You can expect consistency. I'll be here every Sunday evening, maybe not this late. The idea is to be on here every Sunday evening. I would say about 7:30 p.m. I'm going to play with the time a little bit until I figure out, what time works best for people who are watching. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, please make sure that you like and follow. Make sure you like and follow this, and share, please. Share this with your friends, share this with the community. Let folks know about the work that that I'm trying to do over here, because honestly, without you guys, it really, there's only so much that I can do, right? Without you guys sharing, without you guys, kind of like letting people know about what's happening here, it's hard for it to move forward. If you're watching on YouTube at the moment, please make sure that you like and make sure you subscribe, so that you can stay up to date with everything that I'm doing here top station with the podcast. So please make sure that you do that. I really appreciate it, guys. What I want to do is I want to also I want to, and again I apologize. It seems like internet is a little funny right now. The internet doesn't want to see me succeed, but we're gonna succeed because again, man, it seems like whenever you try to do something good, sometimes you get the little, but you can't let it phase you. You gotta keep moving forward. And thanks to everybody who's watching. Shout outs to Albert Benehan. Thank you for the support. Dinar, what's going on, brother? Yes, a lot of good things happening that people may not know about. That's correct. Omar, what's going on? What's going on? Carry on. Guys, again, thank you so much. If you're watching, don't forget to go ahead and like and follow. I really do really appreciate it. Before I get off this live stream, I want to take some time to ask you guys for a couple of things that you guys can do to help this podcast move forward in a positive way and to really help impact. And so the first thing that I believe that you can do that's super easy is just to go ahead and just like and share this video, right? So if you're watching this video, make sure you like and share and let people kind of see what it is that I'm working on over here at Top Station with this new podcast, Top After Hours. Again, if you're wondering, well, Eddie, what's this whole new podcast about? Well, the new podcast really what it is what it says on the screen. It's an original platform to spotlight and amplify positive people, leaders, businesses, organizations, and events weekly. So I'm going to be coming out here weekly every Sunday evening. I'm going to play with the time a little bit, and I do apologize. It might be 7:30, 8. I'm just going to play with it to see what works best. Please let me know in the comments what works best for you in terms of time. It's 30 to 45 minutes where I'm going to be sharing information about just great things happening, great people doing great things, and events that are happening not only in Bridgeport, not only in Fairfield County, but also in New Haven County. So please make sure that you share this with your friends. And the mission of the podcast is, like I said earlier, is to combat online negativity and discouraging perspectives about Bridgeport and both Fairfield and New Haven County, right? Obviously a lot of my work is directly towards Bridgeport because Bridgeport is the city that I'm from, is the city that I love, it's a city that I want to see do great, right? But I also have a lot of love for the whole Fairfield County, and my new studio is located in Milford, so I'm definitely working up in New Haven County as well. So there's great things happening, and this stuff really cannot happen without you. And so the second call to action is going to be for you to please submit stories and nominations, right? Please, send me a DM, send me a message, send me an email to eddie@transcendentoutlook.com with your nominations, with your stories, with things that you think I should talk about on this podcast. Because I'm going to be doing my own research, but there's things that I can't see that maybe you can see because you're out there in the community, you're out there doing the work. So please let me know if there's things that you want me to talk about. Let me know because this is the podcast that I'm going to be doing every Sunday, right? But that's just to start. I want to get it to a point where I can do it a couple of times a week. I'm looking at maybe 2 to 3 times a week in the evening because I am fully convinced that there's enough positive stories, there's enough positivity, there's enough great people in Bridgeport, in Fairfield County, in Connecticut to really fill up 2, 3, 4, 5 podcasts a week. I'm convinced that we can do that because there is a lot of stories out there. We just have to be the ones to share them, right? And so I'm going to do my part, and I would hope that you guys do your part by sharing the content, because we have to show that there's good people, and we have to show that our lives are not going to be dominated by this negativity. That our lives are not going to be dominated by things that we cannot control. We have to worry and focus more on things that we can control. You letting your algorithm control you is crazy, because you control the algorithm. You control what you see. You control what you do, and you can really do a great work by sharing some of the stories and nominating some people that I can share on the podcast. So please, the second call to action is for you to submit stories and nominations. My third call to action, and by the way, thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing. Sarah, I really do appreciate your support the last 7, 8 years. And I look forward to hopefully sitting down with you soon and talking. We have a lot to catch up on. My third call to action is to please, if you haven't done so already, please follow me on all platforms. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube. Please follow me and continue to support the work that I'm doing. Again, I can only do so much without your support. Like I can do so much, but with your support, that's what really gets it out there, right? Because people that I don't know. You're in places that I'm not. You're sitting at tables that I'm not sitting on, and so with your help, then I can really do a lot more with the work that I'm doing. And so please, if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you share. You not that you share, that you follow me on all platforms. It really means a lot. Let's see. The fourth, we're almost there. I got 5 call to actions. I want to make sure that I put you out of work. No, but for real, seriously. But by the way, shout out to everybody on Instagram. Shout out to everybody tuning in on Instagram. I do support you guys as well. I really do appreciate your support as well. My fourth call to action is to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Eddie Tranzcendent. That's youtube.com/Eddie Tranzcendent. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Although you guys see me on Facebook right now, although you guys are seeing me on Instagram right now, the plan is to move to Facebook. To YouTube, because on YouTube, it's a lot easier for me to be able to kind of have a nice archive of all the videos that I've done, all the podcasts that I've done. And it's easier for you as a viewer to be able to find those podcasts, to be able to go back and find those podcasts that I've done, and to watch to watch something like this fully edited without the the gaps, without the pauses, without the technical difficulties that we had a few minutes ago, without that stuff. So if you want to watch the full episode, watch it over there on YouTube. Not only that, but to be honest with you, to be 100% just honest and transparent with you, I've been working in the community, and I've been doing these podcasts for since 2017, and I've been doing them all kind of out of me, right, out of my dime, out of putting my work in. And I would love to in the future, I would love to get monetized and to start hopefully making some sort of income off of this work, not because I'm looking to to kind of draw from the community that way, but because I just think that that if I can make some income from this work, that could then help me produce better work and put out even better work, right? Because with more income comes the ability to be able to have better equipment, and to be able to move in a different way, and so that I can bring you better work. And so again, if you haven't done so already, please head over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. Let's see. And that's Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much. Sarah says she's following me on YouTube as well. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, Sarah. Sarah, you're the greatest, Sarah. Thank you so much for your love over there on YouTube. I do appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, the last but not least, the last call to action is that if you want to become a community partner, meaning if you want to be my partner in the work that I'm doing here, please email me at eddie@transcendentoutlook.com, and we could talk about how you can help kind of become a partner, become a sponsor, if you will, of the work that I'm doing here in Top Station. There's different tiers in which you can help, and I if you feel like, Eddie, I the best way that I can help is monetarily, then that's fine. We can do that as well. And so I'm opening that door. I've always been kind of I think that as humble people that we are, as humble servants that we are, we tend to kind of shy away and be afraid of saying, hey, like we need monetary help. We need to fundraise. And I think that with the work that I've done and the work that I want to do, it's time for me to kind of open that door. And so if you feel like that you want to help and that you can help in a monetary fashion by sponsoring the podcast, by sponsoring the work, and becoming a community partner, please make sure that you email me at eddie@transcendentoutlook.com, and I will share that information with you, and really kind of get those wheels in motion, because again, the work that I'm doing here is it's great work and it gets out there, but it can get further with your help. It can get further with you sharing, with you liking, you subscribing, with you really doing your part. We can really change, like I said earlier, we can really combat negativity and discouraging perspective about what Bridgeport is and what both Fairfield County and New Haven counties are, and I can't do that without your help. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on Facebook right now, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and share this video. If you're on Instagram, thank you so much for watching over there on Instagram. I do appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, thank you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell too, so that you get notified. Whenever I'm what do you call it? Whenever going live or whenever I have a new video out, make sure you do that. Again, without you, I'm really I won't be able to do most of the work that I'm doing. At this time, if you're watching, if you have any questions, any comments, anything that you want me to share, please make sure that you put that in the comments below. I'll be able to see it here and read it. I think that I talked enough. I talked enough about the new podcast. I talked about the plan, and I want to answer some questions. So please let me know. Let's see. Sarah says, of course, you shared our story, you believed in my husband, and supported and helped share about brain injuries in Fairfield County. We believe in what you do and the heart you have to help others. Thank you so much, Sarah. Sarah has I was gonna say she had, but she still has a beautiful story. The story is still going, I interviewed Sarah many years ago when I first started podcasting. And obviously a lot has changed since then, and I can't wait to have you. Listen, Sarah, I can't wait to have you back. Please send me a private message. Let me know if you're interested. I would love to invite you over to Milford to the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast studio in Milford, so we can sit down and have another conversation, and maybe you can catch us up on how things are going and how you're navigating through this beautiful thing we call life. Please let me know. Janar says, Lisa Gerald is a great person to interview. Janar, thank you so much, brother. Listen, send me a message, send me her information. I would love to reach out to her and focus on that, because I'm actually in the middle of not in the middle. I'm towards the end of starting the one-on-one interviews again. And so I have a list already. I would love to add Lisa Gerald to the list. I might even know who she is already. I'm not sure. I'm terrible with names, but chances are I probably do know who she is. But thank you. Please send me that information. I would love to see who she is and make it happen. Most definitely make it happen. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, my name is Eddie Martinez. This is Top After Hours. This is Top After Hours because who doesn't love Top After Hours? We all love Top After Hours, and Top is the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast After Hours, a podcast where we're going to be, spotlighting, highlighting, great people, great businesses, organizations, events happening here in Bridgeport, happening in Fairfield County, and happening in New Haven County. This is a weekly podcast on Sunday evenings. In terms of the time, it might be 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm not sure what time it's going to be consistently every week, because I'm going to play with the time a little bit to kind of see what works better for everybody. But you can catch me here every Sunday in the evening. Again, talking about those things. If you're just tuning in now, please just give me a second. I'm about to end this in a few minutes, and once I end, watch it from the beginning, where I share more about the podcast, more about the segments, and marvel at the things that I'll be bringing to you through this new podcast. So please, if you're just tuning in, just give me a few minutes, go back and watch the whole thing, and we'll do that. Let's see. Again, if you're watching, if you have any questions, comments, please put them in the comments there, and I'll read them. I'll read them aloud if you want me to. If you don't want me to read it, you put don't read, and I won't read it. I promise. Yes, Jannard. Yes, I definitely. Yes, I look forward to starting our project as well. Send me a message soon. And let's go. It's getting, it's about to get hot outside, and we got some things that we talked about a couple of months ago that I think that we need to step on the gas a little bit and kind of push forward. So please let me know. Let me know as soon as you can. Reach out to me and let's work on that. And by the way, listen, if you're watching, if you're still watching, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, please make sure that you follow Jannard Edie and all the work that he's doing with his podcast, because he's doing great work too. Great interviews, great documentary style work that he's doing, and I think that again, Jannard is the type of person that I want to highlight, because again, he's doing great work. And that's what we need to be looking at. That's what we need to be sharing. That's what we need to be highlighting when it comes to things that are happening in Bridgeport, things that are happening in Fairfield County. We need to be highlighting people like him, people who are doing great work here in Bridgeport, and showing that we have good people, and we have great things happening. So if you like Top Station, if you like the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast, then you're gonna like the podcast. It's great work, and I think that if you haven't done so already, make sure that you check out the podcast on YouTube, check it out on Instagram, check it out on Facebook, on all platforms. Go check them out, give them a follow, give them a like, give them a subscribe, and support the good work that's happening. Again, I know that it's not pretty. I know that for whatever reason, we're just more attracted to the negativity, to the bad things that are happening. I get it, man, but we have to step aside it. We have to step away from that, because there's a lot of good things happening that's being overshadowed, and we can no longer let that continue. So please go ahead and follow folks like Jannard, the podcast, and continue to please do the work of sharing great things that are happening. At the end of the day, we have to be the change that we want to see. We have to be, regardless if you're in Connecticut. I mean, if you're watching me and you don't live in Connecticut, you live in another state, in another city, in another state, be the positive voice over there, because there's a lot of positive things happening all over the country, and we have to share that information. We have to be the ones to put that information out there and push it forward, and be strong, and have tough skin, and understand that, hey, listen, it may not move as fast as the bad news does. My YouTube channel may not blow up as fast as a YouTube channel that's doing commentary about politics, or commentary about negativity, bad things that are happening in culture, in community. It may not blow up as fast as those, but at the end of the day, that's not the mission. The mission is to slowly change the perspective of folks. And hey, if it takes a while, it takes a while, but we have to be the ones to kind of hold our head high, and hold our breath, and keep moving forward. And again, I can't do it. Jannard can't do it. Other folks can't do it without your help, without you, being willing to go ahead and hit that like button, and follow. And if you're on YouTube, to go ahead and again, hit that like button, subscribe, and help us share the good things that are happening. All right, I've been talking for a while. Let's see. Yeah, I've been on here for about 45 minutes. Guys, again, my name is Eddie Martinez. This is Top After Hours, the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast After Hours, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to be back. I haven't been back, through this avenue in probably over a year, and I'm happy to be back. I have a lot of work. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things in store. and I'm excited to put that out there for all of you who have been following my journey for the last, since 2017, for the past 8-9 years. I really do appreciate it. Without your support, I don't know that I'd be where I am today. But there's still a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do, and I can't continue to do it without you. So please, don't forget to like and share this video. Like and share this video. Don't forget, as we move forward, if you have stories, if you have nominations, if you have things that you want me to talk about on Top After Hours, please make sure you send those to me. Send me a private message, send me a DM, send me an email at Eddie@transcendentoutlook.com. Please make sure you do that. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you follow me on all platforms. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because again, I want to be able to slowly move to that platform, because it's just I feel like I'll be able to put a lot better work out on that platform. And so I hope that slowly you guys will move over there. Not only that, but listen, if you're currently watching on Facebook, think about it this way: if you're currently watching on Facebook, you can't it's hard for you to go anywhere else within Facebook without getting me out of the screen. And I don't want you to get me off the screen. I want you to watch these podcasts. I want you to get all this information. I want you to see, understand, and believe that there are good things happening, and that there is positivity out there, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And the best way for you to do that is to, instead of watching me on Facebook, to go over to YouTube, watch me there, because then you can just scroll up, as you're watching it. You can put my screen up in the corner. You can still be on YouTube. You can still be on Facebook looking around while you're watching me on YouTube. And so that's why I want you guys to go over to YouTube and subscribe there and watch me there, because you can watch YouTube while you're doing your stuff on Facebook still. You could throw YouTube up on the TV. Throw YouTube up on your TV and watch me on there while you're still on your phone scrolling on Facebook and doing whatever it is that you're doing. So please, if you haven't done so already, please go over to YouTube.com/Eddie Tranzcendent and subscribe there. I think that's the best way to be able to watch this. To be able to watch this podcast is on YouTube. And if you want to take it a step further, and you want to become a partner, you want to become a community partner, and you want to sponsor the work that I'm doing with this podcast, and the work that I'm going to be doing with the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast that prepares to come back really, really soon. That's the podcast where I do the one-on-one interviews with great people here in Bridgeport, Fairfield County, and New Haven County. Please make sure you email me at Eddie@transcendentoutlook.com, and I'll share with you the information so that you can get connected and become a sponsor, become a community partner to what I'm doing here at the Tranzcendent Outlook podcast station. Guys, thank you so much. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate your support. I couldn't do it this without you. And I look forward to seeing you each and every Sunday evening here at Top After Hours. This is Eddie Martinez. And don't forget, be transcendent.